So this is a 2018 Swift Archway Celeste 480 SE. It's going to take you for a walkthrough on the Caravan, show you how it works. At the bottom here you've got your main power switch. As you can see, the power's on at the moment. If I were to hit that button, it would turn the power off internally to the Caravan. You've got your water pump run on the bottom left hand side. Water line, obviously there's no water in the system at the moment. Lights internally, you can control them on the switch there. Also then you can have dimming settings through the light panel there, and then your external awning light just on the top there. You got your options coming down, so your heater settings, your fridge settings, your system settings, and then the Sergeant alarm system. On the left hand side you've got your audio heating system. Power button just here where the green light is. Hit that and the power will go off. But hit that again, the power will come back on. To the heater system. Hit menu, and then you go into your main options. So on the top one here you got your room temperature. Simple case of down, up or down, sorry, for temperature setting. Hot water, the first time you hit it you'll take up to 30 degrees, and then 60 degrees of water temperature if you hit a second time. Down here, depending on what Caravan site you're on, you'll have a choice of 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts of power coming into the van. If you go down, you've got off. If you go up 1, you've got 1 kilowatt, up again you've got 2, and then up again you've got 3. On the bottom left hand side of the control panel you've got the gas option, so when you hit that the Caravan will ignite on gas. You'll hear it cut in and then it will click in and out. Settings, you've got your day, night mode, which you can set a program upon there. I explain that in more detail during a handover. Day mode, you've got your settings there again for day mode, and you've got the on button at the top. Prioritise is what power you want to prioritise when you're on site. So as you can see at the moment it's set to electric. You can also set it to gas as well. Screen backlight on the panel here that I'm pressing the buttons on for the audio heating. Time and day, just the time and day of the week it is. Then the options here are all for remote home. Next panel down, you got temperature offset. So if the temperature drops below a certain temperature you can set the heating to come on. High altitude mode, if you're above 1,000 meters above sea level, you can turn that on. It will change the parameters of the systems on board so it burns better. The button here that's just gone green is for sound to the control panel. Personally it annoys me, so I turn it off. Delayed start, so if you want to delay your heating coming on any day of the week due to the fact you're going out or you don't want it to come on so early, you can set it up in here and then you'll be able to delay the start of the program. Pump settings, this is more for your engineers, more for the engineers that do the servicing on the Caravan. Then down you've got a master reset, external power, language, service, which again is for the engineers, and then installed accessories, which again for the engineers. And then you're back to the main control panel again. Let's come around the Caravan. I'm going to take you down to the main control box, which is underneath the front right hand seat. The blue box down there is your motor move control, or motor move box. Reverse polarity is when you're abroad, so don't worry about that too much. Charger, make sure your charger is always on, so it charges the onboard 12 volt system. Then your heating and hot water, that always must be on because it's controlled from the audio panel above the door. Just here you've got your 240 supply trip switches, you've got a test switch just here, and then your breakers going across. On the left hand side you've got your 12 volt supply fuses. So obviously when you're on site, if you ever get a problem with 12 volt side, just have a look at the fuses, check to make sure they're all good. If not, any auto factor sells them. Down to the left hand side you've got your battery charger. That's constantly live with the switch on top of the power unit itself. Underneath the front, just down there, you've actually got your hot water tank. It holds about 8.5 litres of hot water. So just keep an eye on your alcohol levels, and then that will stay topped up every time you use a bit. Water pump, and then filter system on here. As you can see, it's been changed. Down the front you've actually got your master drain down switch. So at the moment the system's completely drained as it's been quite cold here recently, and then when you flick it down you'll be able to fill the onboard water tank. Coming back down the Caravan, you've got your water pump in the sink ready to go. Cooker, fairly self-explanatory. I'm not going to offend anyone by showing them how a cooker works, but underneath the cooker, or in the cupboard next to it, I'm not quite sure on this fan, sorry, in the cupboard next to it, you've actually got your master gas switches just down there, all individually coloured, and it relates back to this code just on here. So if you have got a problem with any of the items that you can see on there, the gas taps will be just below the sink. The fridge in this particular caravan, very simple to use. You've got power on, hold it in, and the fridge will come on. Oh, what's going on there?